RWR, what's going on? It's your champion. Sounds good, doesn't it? Tazzo, the RWR champion. Well, a lot has happened this week. Where do I start? For starters, I'm driving, as you can see. I'm in the streets of Chicago, as I always am. Where do I start? Let's start with Quincy, I guess. No, before I go into Apocalypse, let me start with these videos we've been getting. You see my wave brush? Yeah, waves. Let me start with the videos we've been getting from David. You know what? Before I start with that, let me start with some in-house things. The AOC. Let's see. I put together a band of misfits, made them into champions. Now, I'm hearing accusations that one is a double agent and one is just a schizophrenic. He turns into a schizophrenic anytime he loses a match. I'm just going to refer to him as King Booker. I'm not going to even say his name, but you guys get the reference when I say King Booker. And the other two have just been noticeably absent since Mr. Quincy has come on the scene. And to go along with that, you got David making these videos, and I love the presentation on the videos. I even love the song. David, you got to tell me where that song came from, buddy. It's a great song. But Money in the Bank came, and as I said, no one, and I mean no one, was bigger than the AOC. Now, the former RWR general manager shown himself to be Quincy, which I don't believe is the case, and that has been the case all along. I think there's some kind of trickery going on, and it will reveal itself in time. I don't have the time to play Sherlock Holmes, nor do I think I would be as effective as Sherlock Holmes as, say, Robert Downey Jr. is. But fast forward through all of that shit, and we're going to go back to what's at hand. And what's at hand is the reemergence of Quincy. There's been nothing bigger in the RWR right now. And I know most of you in the RWR are like, who the hell is Quincy, and why is Tazzo putting so much energy into him? And I just had to ask myself that one question as I was sitting there playing 2K, just trying to ignore him. And I said, why am I paying him so much attention? These people don't even know who the hell he is. It's kind of like in Freddy versus Jason, where Freddy didn't have his powers initially, so to speak, because the fear wasn't there. So I sat back and I said, oh shit, I've given this guy some power now. Because the people of the RWR, sans a few of them, don't know who he is for the most part. And I'll leave the backstory to him for another time. But I'll refer to him as Apocalypse. You guys will get the Apocalypse comparison as it goes along. I had to, tell Mike, one of our newer members, to take away the mutant powers and all this stuff, because Mike went real deep into it, and I didn't even really know Mike knew the history of Apocalypse like that. Not saying the guy wasn't supposed to know mutants, but what a man does in his own time is his own business. But I digress. Money in the Bank came. I said no one was bigger than the AOC. I was in the triple threat for the RWR title. Now, King Booker has this feeling that the GM just picked whoever he wanted to pick, and that was it. Like he made a great case. Bullshit. He didn't make a great case. The AOC has disappointed me this past 2 weeks. Not only did my tag team champions, Lawrence and Ron, lose, not only did they lose, they lost to me in will to begin with. Now, I'm not surprised that they lost to me and Will. Me and Will were rated RKO. You know, we did a lot as rated RKO. That's why people know the history of Will and Tazzo as opposed to the history of Tazzo and Quincy. But King Booker, he just has this thing. Anytime he loses, he wants to go back and he wants to count likes and he wants to count. You know, I wish there was a dislike button, because then that would probably help. It probably wouldn't, but it would probably help. At least this is what I'm telling myself. But fast forward, Money in the Bank came. He picked Daniel Bryan. Reggie had the horrible pick of RVD. I picked Randy Orton, of course, for obvious reasons. So, I won. Plain and simple. It was Randy Orton's time. He won. Now, granted, Will agreed with that. Will still had the chance to pick Randy, and he didn't. Which cost him and Reggie their halves of the title, which brought those titles to me and made one whole title. Now, fast forward back to what's been going on the past couple of days. Have I lost my cool? Have I lost my temper? Yes, I have. What got me the RWR Championship in the first place? It was me just simply doing as I said I was going to do. I said I was going to beat XYZ. I beat XYZ. I said Lawrence and Ron were going to beat XYZ. They beat XYZ. Oh, and on top of Lawrence and Ron losing the tag titles, Lawrence lost his U.S. title to Gilbert, who's on a part-time schedule, literally on SmackDown. So yeah, the AOC has disappointed me. We had a strong first couple of months. We did some things, and then this ass clown comes back, and you guys just play the disappearing act, and you start losing, and we start looking like the NWO. Because that's who he referred to us as, Mr. Quincy. He said we look like the NWO right now. You know what? He's absolutely right. I have 3 titles. Will has, you know, the tag team title with me. I have the tag team title. I have the Legends title. And I have the RWR title. The AOC was not meant to be a power trip. It was to show change. It was to show everything that had been said about certain individuals in the group was wrong. So I'm going to end this video with this. I've taken up enough of your time. Come SummerSlam, at the end of the night, when everybody's not really giving a damn what's going on in the RWR, I'll be putting on my night clothes. I'll probably be excited about the whole SummerSlam, because the actual SummerSlam is very promising from what I'm seeing. And I'll be extra excited about the RWR's SummerSlam results, because the result will be Tazzo retaining his title. Will, you might as well get ready to face your greatest adversary in David, because you know what? David is your greatest adversary. You guys have put on a hell of a match after match after match. It's not even Raw or SmackDown worthy, the kind of matches you and David put on. Quincy, you're not going to steal any more energy from me, buddy. Your Freddy Krueger mind trick, it worked for a little while. And you probably have enough power to scare the rest of the people. But you don't scare me. I'm going to beat Will on SmackDown. And I'm going to beat you at SummerSlam. Get used to it. And, you know, you don't have to appreciate it. You don't have to like it. But you're going to respect it. Why? Because I'm the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Plain and simple. No CM Punk antics. No, it's clobbering time for me. I'll leave that to David. I'm just going to simply say I'm the best, and I'm going to continue to prove that, like I've done these past couple of months. Speak of the devil, and all his forms shall appear.